What the? What is going on? Give me a second, guys. I think something might not be right here with the screen. Okay, it's all right. You guys probably have zero clue what I'm laughing at right now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. Here is, you guys have your screen, and here's mine, maybe. I don't know if you guys can see it. You guys might be able to see it. Right there, there's my screen. It's just the upper, like the top left corner of the screen. I think the stream's coming in all right, though. Thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight. Just want to get that out of the way so you guys know what I'm looking at the rest of the night. At least the chat's still up. That's all that matters. And you know what else is all that matters? That we are going to have fun here in this one. Now into the realistic broadcast side of things that you guys came in and tuned in for here tonight. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of NASCAR Thunder 2004 on the channel. It is the Sylvania 300 at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. 10 races to go on the season. Terry Labonte still trying that comeback performance. Finally went back to victory lane yesterday. Just the second time in 13 races and the first time in 5 races, but we got another one on the season and looking for another one here today. Labonte should have a very fast race car. He's on the pole for the 3rd consecutive race. Maybe he can get back-to-back wins for the third different time this season. Other championship contenders starting right there in the top 10, as that includes the points leader, Dale Jr. Jr. comes in with a 124-point lead in the standings into today's race, so something's going to have to happen for anybody else to really have a chance to get back into this championship. We'll have to see. I have a feeling that he'll DNF at least once before the end of the season, just because of how many points he's ahead by, especially if he keeps growing that lead over everybody else. Even if we can win and start gaining points on him, we're not going to gain a ton until he starts to finish outside the top 10, or even DNF for that matter. But I mentioned just 2 DNFs by him and 1 DNF for those other 4 drivers that are within 1 race worth of points, which are in the top 5. So if everybody in the top 5 DNFs once, and Dale Jr. DNFs twice, and we can just, finish top 10 every race, so we're right back in it. It's going to take a Hail Mary kind of an attempt for that to happen, but we are definitely still in it. Joshua Rumsey, Oni Lassiter, welcome to the stream. As we're about to get into this one, enough rambling now about what has gone on going into the race. Now it's time to talk about the present and talk about how this race might end up playing out. We'll go into the pre-race analysis that the MRN guys will do as usual through every single race this season and on Season 1 that we have done, National Anthem, and then we will roll into the starting lineup and then the drop of the green flag will wave. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below and enjoy the rest of this evening's race.
Welcome to New Hampshire International Speedway in Loudon for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the Sylvania 300. What can you tell us about Loudon?
This is a tough track for a lot of drivers. These long straights allow the cars to build up a lot of speed before some hard braking going into the flat corners.
Terry Labonte is showing a lot of patience and control on the track, especially around Ken Schrader.
That says a lot about this driver's control and sensibility on the racetrack. He can race guys hard, but he also knows when to exercise some patience and give them some room.
Cap 24, welcome to the stream. F1 at Abu Dhabi, nice.
That championship was sandwiched between 2
Good luck to
Rookie
you.
of the Year awards. He won the Busch Series award in 1994, followed up his championship with Winston Cup rookie honors in 96.
Steve Park has strung together back-to-back top 5s, and I'm sure he'll try for another one.
And let me tell you something, Joe. You throw in a couple of wins to go along with those top 5s, and all of a sudden you're in the hunt for the championship.
All 43 cars rolling out onto the racetrack. 10 races to go. No playoffs. No chase format. It is a full season championship, and it is coming down to the wire. Terry Labonte on the pole for the third consecutive race. As mentioned, Mark Martin comes into this race second now in the point standings, moving up after yesterday's good performance at Richmond. Dale Jarrett, by the way, those guys on the front row, Dale Jarrett and Matt Kenseth will be in row number 2. Kenseth with 2 wins this year, Jarrett with 1. Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr. will be in row 3. Jr. still looking for that first win of the season, but he is the points leader by 114 points. Johnson with a win at Texas this year. Tony Stewart, Elliott Sadler in row 4. Stewart, another driver who has been pretty solid, at least in the top 10 throughout most of the season in points, but no wins. Bobby Labonte has 3 wins on the year, and in fact, all 3 coming in the last 9 races. He'll start inside of row 5, outside of him, Sterling Marlin, Ricky Craven, Michael Waltrip in row number 6. Jeff Gordon and Jeff Burton will be in row 7. Gordon, 5th in the point standings, continues to slide back, but he's still in it, still within 1 race worth of points. Bill Elliott, Kenny Wallace in row number 8. Row number 9, it'll be Ward Burton and Hermie Sadler. Ward Burton has been one of the hotter race drivers on the circuit as of late. Burton has finished in the top 5 in 3 of the last 5 races, including the last 2. Jamie McMurray, Ryan Newman will be in row 10. And row number 11, it'll be Greg Biffle and Kevin Harvick. Harvick, another one of those drivers who just hasn't had a lot of luck this year, but no win to show for it as well. Looking to hopefully change that in the final 10 races of the season. Johnny Benson and Joe Nemechek will be in row number 12. In row 13, it'll be Brett Bodine and Robbie Gordon. Brett Bodine lucked his way into a win very early in the season, if you remember, back at Las Vegas, due to a randomization of the finishing order after one of the races we DNF'd, and it happened a couple times this season. Christian Fittipaldi, Mike Skinner, row 14. Skinner also got a win this year early in the season because of that same very thing that happened with Bodine at Vegas. Jerry Nadeau, Casey Mears will be in row 15. Jack Sprague and Rusty Wallace in row 16. Frankie Smith, welcome to the stream. Row 17, it'll be Steve Park and Jeff Green. In row number 18, it'll be David Green and Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch blew an engine in yesterday's race at Richmond. In row 19, it'll be Jeremy Mayfield and Ken Schrader. Mayfield has either crashed or blown an engine in each of the last 2 races, so he definitely wants a good performance today. Kevin LePage and Ashton Lewis in row 20. In row 21, it'll be Chase Montgomery and Kyle Petty. And rounding out the field, it'll be Ricky Rudd starting in the 43rd and last place position. 43 cars are about to take the green flag at New Hampshire. The second time we are at New Hampshire this season for a points-paying race, and it should be another good one. Green flag is going to wave. We are underway. Terry Labonte leads the field to the green. 300 miles, 300 laps around the Magic Mile at New Hampshire. Mark Martin outside, and Labonte just got really, really tight after sliding loose on entry to the corner. Slid right into Mark Martin. Martin's already upset with him. On turn 1, lap 1, a little contact to the inside when Johnson tried to take it 3 wide. So Labonte leads lap 1, maybe not the way he wanted to do it with the contact with a couple drivers on that opening corner. Labonte's car is really tight. Oh, Martin tries to take a swing back at him off of turn 2. Labonte was not expecting that. Tony Stewart's going to get underneath Mark Martin now.
I'd like to see him stay back there.
Labonte just trying to hug the inside lane. Martin runs him down the track again. My goodness. Labonte still holds on to the lead, but Martin is out to get Terry Labonte. He's hit him twice now after Terry accidentally slid into him once. Not sure why Martin got as upset as he did so quickly. I'm surprised it rubbed down to minus 70 instantly. These 2 drivers were neutral when the green flag dropped. And, oh boy, Martin thought about taking out Labonte again. Terry beats him back to the gas. Clears him. Bonnie's starting to slowly roll into these corners a lot better, lap after lap. No crashes and always stay in the lead. Yep. Labonte was able to lead every lap at Richmond yesterday. Most dominant performance he's had this season. It's only the third time in channel history we've been able to lead every single lap at a cup race. Doesn't matter what game it is. Second time on Thunder 04, both times were this season at Richmond. And so far, Labonte on the pole has led the first 5 laps today, though Martin has been close to getting around him. Honestly, I think Martin could have gotten around him that second time he got alongside of him if he didn't try to take out Labonte in the process. Terry's got to keep this race car clean. So much at stake still this season. Johnson to the inside of Martin off of turn 4. Mark gets a little bit better drive down the straightaway, though. Pulls Johnson into turn 1. Jimmy drives it in deep again. And again gets underneath Martin. We'll see if Mark can get the straightaway speed down the back this time. Not as good as he did down the front straightaway. Jimmy is still hanging in there. Johnson drives it in deep into turn 3. Clears Martin off of turn 4. Jeff Gordon in the mix as well, up to 4th place. The Labonte brothers finished 1-2 in yesterday's race, by the way. Terry Labonte, although he has been the most winningest driver this year, I think the hottest driver on the circuit. We mentioned Ward Burton was probably a close second as far as the consistency goes in the last handful of races. Bobby Labonte has 3 straight top 2 finishes with 2 wins and a second place run in that stretch. He's won 3 of the last 9 races, winning 3 of the last 8 up until yesterday's race, which again he finished second in. Labonte's been on an absolute tear, and all of a sudden he's up to 4th in points with a shot to win this championship, which honestly before this 9-race stretch I didn't even know if he really had much of a chance. Got all 3 of his wins on the season in that stretch as well. 10 races to go. This is the best time to get hot. It's right at the end of the season. A little mistake off turn 4 that last lap, and Jeff Gordon's trying to capitalize. Couldn't quite do it. Bobby Labonte, speaking of which, is up to 3rd now. It was 1-2-3 Hendrick that last lap until Labonte got past Johnson off of 4. Gordon drives it in deep into turn 1. On the outside, nonetheless, almost takes the lead. Terry trying to hang on to it. A lot of drivers in the top 5 in points, in the top 5 in the early going in this race, and Terry doesn't want them to lead a single lap if he can help it. That includes Jeff Gordon, who almost got to the lead. But that's the idea. Don't let these guys get underneath you if you're Labonte. They've only been getting to the outside. Gordon hard into turn 1 again. Now he tries to cross Labonte over to the inside. But Terry beats him back to the gas. Good battle for the lead going on right now. He's trying to keep the car from doing that in the corners. Really trying to back his corners up and not slide the tires. This could be a 2 pit stop race today. This fuel tank can go at that 100 lap mark. It's just going to be on whether or not the tires can actually make it that far into the run. Bonnie blocking Jeff Gordon. Oof. Close to making contact there. He's trying to race his teammate clean. Gordon doing the same right now at least. And you just wonder if it's the track position helping Labonte. If he loses the lead, is he still going to be able to maintain with these guys? Is he going to be able to run towards the front? We had 9 people watching there just a second ago. Down to 8 right now still, but thanks for everybody tuning in early going of today's race. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream, by the way. Car started getting a little loose, and then it just shot up the racetrack all of a sudden. Bobby Labonte's been close to getting around Jeff Gordon. I'll tell you what, if Labonte gets another top 2, that would be insane. That'd be 4 in a row. At least the Labonte's won the last 3 races. Terry winning at Richmond yesterday, and Bobby winning the 2 races before that. The Bristol Night Race and the Southern 500. That's 2 big races under Labonte's belt this season that he's won. Jonathan Rogers, welcome to the stream. And then his brother Terry won the Brickyard 400 earlier in the year. It's been a good summer for the 2 Labonte brothers as far as prestigious race wins go. We got 10 people watching already. Thanks for everybody tuning in. I know we're going to be competing with the NASCAR Weekly Podcast coming up in less than an hour. So thanks for you guys tuning in here early on. So far, pretty good race. Only 16 laps in, of course, but really good battle going on. Bobby Labonte just takes over the 2nd spot from Jeff Gordon. Dale Jr. still in 4th, and Johnson still back in 5th. Jimmy actually gets to the inside of Dale Jr., trying to get around him in turns 1 and 2. They're still side by side down the back straightaway. Johnson on the inside still. Ooh. The car does grip up pretty well in the center of the corner. When it does slide in, it's obviously just wearing the tires out a little bit more than what Labonte wants. Terry can help it. He doesn't want to slide the tires. Yep, racing at New Hampshire tonight. Blown engine on the inside of the racetrack into turn 3. Can't tell who it is, but they're not getting off the track. That was Sterling Marlin. And that's just going to give Bobby Labonte a chance to lead his first lap. Terry doesn't want him to. At the line, Terry Labonte by inches leads the lap. Marlin was on the inside of the racetrack and not on the apron. Terry washes way up the track in turns 1 and 2, and Bobby Labonte easily takes the race lead away. Terry might not be done yet. He's got a big run down the back straightaway. Into turn 3. He's going to drive it in deep, hard on the brakes, but Labonte has it. And Bobby Labonte's going to get 5 bonus points for leading his first lap of the night. Sterling Marlin, after blowing an engine, just costed Terry Labonte the lead.
Take it easy on those tires.
He wasn't even on the apron. He was on the inside line of the track, and Labonte tried to go high, and Bobby just snuck right underneath Terry. Yes, Richmond is a shorter track than this. But this track definitely races like a short track, only being 1 mile in length and just these very flat corners. Down under 100 miles an hour just to make the corner every time. Bobby Labonte is pulling away right now. Now that he's got the clean air. Bobby Labonte is trying to put up a championship run here at the end of the season. And he might just do it if his luck continues to stride forward. Richmond, by the way, a 3/4 mile racetrack. But Labonte's been really good on these shorter tracks this season. Didn't win at Dover or New Hampshire the first time around, but he had fast cars in both. And those are the next 2 races. And obviously the success he has had on those tracks shorter than a mile in length, winning 4 of the 5. Still have to go back to Martinsville one more time.
You got the leader. Stay on his back bumper.
God, this was Richmond. No. It's not Richmond. Yeah, we were at Richmond last night. Big slide to the inside off of turn 4. Bobby Labonte holds on to the lead. So now it's going to be tough for Terry to get around him. Because Bobby's trying to lead as many laps as he can. And Terry Labonte really backed up the corner. Beats Bobby Labonte back to the gas, and he's going to clear him before they even get into turn 3. Slid the tires a little bit. But Terry Labonte back out in front after Bobby was able to lead for 4 laps. Terry washes up the track in turns 1 and 2, though. Bobby Labonte to the inside, but Terry beats him back. Great battle between the Labonte brothers right now for the lead. If I remember right, I don't think we won at Dover. Contact with Bobby Labonte. I don't think we won at Dover. I'd have to go back and check just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure we did not win at Dover the first time. Not on this season. I think we did in season 1. I don't remember winning there. Johnson to the inside for second place. The two Labontes versus... Oh, never mind. I was going to say versus 2 Hendricks. Oh, 3 wide for the lead. Terry was expecting Johnson to move up the track. He didn't because they were 3 wide. Labonte had 0 clue they were 3 wide. $30 likes, maybe. We could do it. We got 8 watching right now. Only 5 have hit the like button. Make sure you do so if you haven't already. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. It's amazing how much the trading for positions have gone really within the top 4 up to this point. Terry Labonte barely kept it off the wall there. Terry had a fast car in the first race here. It's really tough to tell if that's going to be the case again here. We're just over 30 laps into the race, and he's just not able to pull away. His tires are only going to wear out more and more. Again, this could only be a 2-stop race, so you need to have these tires last 100 laps into the run if you can help it. Another reason why Terry Labonte's backing up these corners a little bit more. Kenseth has just gotten around Dale Jr. for 5th, so Kenseth's now in the top 5. Terry's really getting tight in the center to the exit of the corner. His tires aren't even in the yellow yet, but you can definitely tell, obviously, after 35 laps, the tires are wearing.
Keep an eye on your mirror.
Still no lap traffic caught yet. That is amazing for a 1-mile track to go 35-plus laps and no lap traffic. Really shows how good the field is from top to bottom. Johnson to the inside, almost made a 3-wide move for the lead. He does clear Bobby Labonte for position, though, but not Terry in the process. It's a good shot there by Jimmy. Who's better, Terry or Bobby? Terry Labonte. Terry's got 2 championships. Bobby's got 1. And Terry, I believe, has 1 more career win. So they're really close in career wins. But I think Terry Labonte has more crown jewel victories as well than Bobby. More crown jewels. So more of the prestigious races, 1 more championship and 1 more win overall. Terry Labonte is the better of the 2. Though in their primes, I'd say Bobby Labonte was probably better. Terry had a longer career than Bobby. Most of Bobby's wins, I think all 21 of Bobby Labonte's wins came in like a 6-year stretch. Like he only won his 21 races in his career in 6 seasons. It might be a 6-year calendar year stretch because I think it was from 97 to 2003 were all of his wins. But it might have been like 6 like calendar years with 7 seasons total. Which is pretty crazy though. Honestly, his career is really similar to Martin Truex Jr.'s by statistics. Bobby Labonte's. Truex has a little bit more wins. And Truex did win earlier in his career, but as far as like, not even like late in the career, I guess it's similar on paper. Just looking at like, okay, 1 championship, just over 20 wins. And most of those wins only came within about a 5 or 6 year stretch for Truex. But when they won a lot in a season. Didn't matter what manufacturer Joe Gibbs used. Chevy, Pontiac, Toyota. Seems like they've always had fast cars. They even won the 500 with Dale Jarrett, like within their first couple years in NASCAR, back in the early 90s. Joe Gibbs Racing's just had a lot of fast cars. Terry Labonte struggling to try and get around Chase Montgomery right now, and Jeff Gordon, who moved into second a couple laps ago, is right there, and Montgomery almost came into Terry Labonte. Did not hold his line very well, let's just say that much. Tony Stewart up to third. Stewart is going for second place on Jeff Gordon. Stewart trying to resurrect his season. He was so good in the first half of the year, and he is just falling off the face of the earth, as mentioned over the last handful of races. So with Marlin blowing an engine, the only driver that we could get payback on today would be Michael Waltrip if it ends up happening at all. Again, we raced really smart at Richmond yesterday. We had opportunities to take him out, but knowing, this late in the season especially, we can't afford to DNF again. It would probably have to be when we absolutely need a caution if we were going to do something like that. Marlin's out of the race with that blown engine. Again, he was the first driver to exit. Seems like the 3 drivers that have probably had the most blown engines so far this season have been Jeremy Mayfield, Jimmy Johnson, and having a brain fart there for a second. Sterling Marlin. Casey Mears seems to have a lot, too. Bobby Labonte did have a lot in the first half of the year, but, like I said, he just came alive in the second half of the season. Definitely not the same Labonte. That's 50 laps in already. Terry's slowly been pulling away. He's got about a 2.5 second lead. Really, when he hit that lap traffic, he just started to pull. He's only caught a couple lap cars, too. It's not like he's really caught that many of them. Car's still a little on the tight side, but it's not really sliding hardly at all getting into the corner because of it. Still taking care of those right sides as well. He's really backing these corners up beautifully. Enough to where, again, he's only got to make it 100 laps. And you can honestly very well see Terry Labonte pit at the lap 100 marker.
Number 4 is still there. Keep days. The 4 car is looking high. Okay, we're clear. We're on lap 50.
So there it is, lap 50. Stewart to second, by the way. Ryan Newman up to 4th. This is a track he won at a lot early in his career. Definitely one of his better racetracks. This time period here in 2003. 2003, of course, Ryan Newman's most successful season in NASCAR. He had 8 wins. No surprise. That's why he was so good in this video game.
Number 23 is still there.
And why he won our Season 1 championship. Even though he didn't win a race, still won the title. He does have 1 win this year, but he's sitting 10th in the point standings. Also one of those drivers that, yes, has a shot, but he's going to need a little bit of help. 5 lap cars clumped together, not too far ahead of Terry Labonte. After these 5 cars, there's 1 more, maybe another second ahead of this group, and then there's quite a big gap before the next set of lap cars. So that is what Terry Labonte's looking for here. He's kept the car off the wall so far. Only hit the wall twice the entire race at Richmond yesterday. The outside wall, that is. Oh, man, that was some significant contact with Ashton Lewis, though. He just has that problem when he's been trying to maybe not even like make a pass on a car gets to his outside. Kind of takes away his line on corner exit from getting back into the gas as soon as he wants and really letting the car slide up the corner, and it just slides right up into the driver to his outside. Oh, jeez. That closing rate was insane on Robbie Gordon. Insane enough to where he got his back bumper. Robbie Gordon, another driver that's really good at New Hampshire. He's just had a down season this year, though. He had 2 wins in the 2003 season, won both road course races, and he didn't perform well at either one of them, really, especially Sonoma. Halfway on fuel. On a 4-second lead now for Terry Labonte. I believe it is on the career mode. Obviously, this is the first time that we've ran season mode with the actual schedule, so yeah, it might be. I'm not entirely sure. I just remember on the career mode that I played offline, and I've seen other NASCAR YouTubers play it too, that it's night for the second race, even though Dover doesn't actually have lights. Kind of find that strange how it would throw that in, and that, not like a, obviously, custom schedule I could see it, but definitely strange. But I think Dover's on high demand of being like the track to have lights that doesn't have lights. Especially with it only being 1 mile in length. I guess New Hampshire... Oh, boy. Bonnie almost overcut that corner. Almost got the wall on the inside off of turn 2. But anyway, New Hampshire, also 1 mile in length, doesn't have lights, but I feel like that would be tough to get New Hampshire under lights because it would have to be a summer race with it being in the Northwest. Or sorry, not the Northwest, the Northeast. Which they have been racing only a summer race there the last few years. Since they went back to 1 race a year instead of 2. But I think we can pretty much all agree that Dover would be a lot higher on that demand. Pushing the wall there. Just couldn't keep that car straight off of turn 4. Guess I'm not really going to know if Dover's going to be a night race or not until I go into practice before the stream starts tomorrow. By the way, the stream will start at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Dover for another full race live stream. Right here on Thunder 04 on the channel. So outside of Bobby Labonte leading 4 laps, Terry Labonte's led them all.
Still there. Careful. Number 16 is passing hard.
Which is fitting to the success that both Bobby and Terry have had in the last 3 races. Bobby's had more success in a longer period of time. Terry didn't end that terrible streak he was on until after he won yesterday at Richmond in dominating fashion. These are the kinds of races he needs, leading nearly every lap, if not every lap, which is hard. You can't expect to do that all the time. You can't even expect to win all the time, but I'm sure if you've watched me play this game, we know that that's the case.
Save your tires.
Still 35 more laps for Labonte to run on this tire stand. He's got a rival coming up soon of Bill Elliott. Hopefully, Elliott doesn't take a swing at Terry Labonte.
The 11 cars. All over you.
Mainly for Labonte's sake.
He's still there. Okay, we're clear.
Yeah. So Elliott shouldn't take a swing. He's at minus 48.
The 27 car is outside. Clear on both sides. Number 9 is throwing a block on you. More tires won't help us. Be careful. All right. Okay, we're clear.
Bill's going to give him enough room to get underneath them off turn 4. I don't think he had much of a choice, though.
The 9 car.
Ooh, there's a big slide.
Still there.
Good job keeping it off of him, though. Just kind of let the car straighten itself out. Made sure he wasn't going to get back to the gas until he was able to get that car to cut back lower instead of letting it drift up the track all the way into the 9 of Elliott. Slightest bit of contact with the 9 car at all today, and that will send him over the edge. So Labonte's definitely going to try his best to avoid anything like that happening.
Got one outside. Number 41 is going high. Clear. The 01 car is up high. Clear on both sides. All right, Onside. Clear. Onside. You're clear.
Johnny Benson trying to block. Terry was really loose getting into turn 1. Benson perhaps again trying to block.
Number 10, tail low. Okay, we're clear.
3 wide goes Terry Labonte. What a move. I'm surprised the car gripped up as well as it did there. Got around all 3 of them. Skinner, Park, and Benson. Well, Skinner was already a lap down and really slow. One of the back marker cars there, but surprised he got around all 3 of them. And that car did not push tight at all. I'm very surprised this late in the run. But Labonte's got the long run speed, that's for sure. Took him about 40 laps to really start pulling away, but it was a good 4-car battle for the lead pretty much for the entirety of the first 40 laps. So these last 30 laps, though, Terry Labonte is pouring it on. He's got Roadrunner on the hood of the race car. That would explain the speed.
Take it easy on those tires.
I think to make a championship run to the end of the season, we're going to have to start putting Cheez-It back on the car here before long. Make sure I got some Cheez-Its in the house, though, of course, because I don't want to ruin the streak of just not having Cheez-Its while we have the Cheez-It car, because otherwise we won't win if that happens. We already proved that theory. We need to actually eat Cheez-Its at some point in time during that race, during the stream.
The 25 car is still there. Okay, we're clear. Spot out. Try to keep him behind you. Onside.
Jeff Green chopping off Terry Labonte. He's trying to make Terry pass him high.
Spot out. You're clear. Number 45 has got a run on you. Onside. You be careful. All clear, buddy.
I don't know what that was all about either. Bonnie did have to lock the brakes up because he didn't want to run into McMurray like he did right there. To locking the brakes up, Kyle Petty just ran right in the back of him. I think we could say, though, with Petty getting into the back of him is what kind of sent Labonte up into the wall. That's the first time he's even scraped the wall so far today.
The 42 car up high.
And a little contact with Jamie McMurray as well.
You're clear.
3 wide to the inside.
Onside.
Harvick, Jack Sprague.
The 29
Guys
car
are really spinning in the center of the corner. Again, haven't seen that much out of the 5 car today.
29 is looking
15-second lead on Tony Stewart.
number 21.
It's pretty crazy how everything's already been playing out.
You're clear.
Ooh, boy. Another big slide getting into the corner.
Running left. They're all around. Got one outside.
Oh,
Damage, keep digging back.
Bonnie in the wall.
Car, tail left.
Off turn 2 and then bounced right into the 99 of Jeff Burton. Second time that Labonte's gotten into the wall in the last 4 laps.
Number 23, Tobias.
80 laps in the books. 17-second lead now for Terry Labonte. He's coming up on Mark Martin. Martin, another one of those rivals.
The 31 car is outside. The 6 car is blowing a block on you.
Yeah, EA had a ton of fantasy tracks, ovals and road courses.
Got one eye.
Bonnie underneath of Mark Martin. Clears him. Martin is a lap down for now.
Number 6, Tobias.
Oh boy. They got close to one another there. Sure, Martin thought about trying to take Labonte out there, but he didn't. At least that time. Tried to hit him twice earlier. And Labonte just keeps driving it right on. Knowing that there's only 2 pit stops likely tonight, Labonte's really got to take care of this race car, especially the right side of it. I'm sure he'll make contact with other drivers. I mean, it's just a tight racetrack and one of the toughest on this game to try and drive. Here's Michael Waltrip. Getting to the end of the fuel run here, but we're going to let Mikey go right now. We're saving the payback on Michael Waltrip and Sterling Marlin for when we need it. Whether it's in a race that we need it, whether it's today, whether it's 5 races from now. We're being very analytical with our payback. You gotta trust the numbers. Kenson's going to go lap down. He wasn't mad enough to take a swing at Labonte. The only driver on the track that is Mark Martin. Big run that Junior couldn't block, and he'll go a lap down. Junior finished 6th at Richmond last night. Was really in the top 3 all day long. He faded right at the very end of the race. After that lone caution that came out with less than 50 laps to go. We only had 1 yellow last night. It took over 350 laps for us to get it. Ooh, Bobby Labonte almost slid up into Terry off turn 2. Terry stays in the gas though. Clears him before they get into turn 3. Gonna alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. Tony Stewart still hanging out in second. Kind of charging from mid-pack at the start of the race. He wasn't in that group of 4 that were battling for the first 40 laps. That was Johnson, Gordon, and both the Labontes, Terry and Bobby. Dale Jr., by the way, right now, if you're curious, is 7th after just going a lap down, as mentioned a little bit ago. 3-car battle going on for 3rd. Johnson, Gordon, Newman. Terry Labonte being really patient. It's underneath Gordon off of turn 4. Kind of getting squeezed a little bit there. Has the straightaway speed. Slides the tires a little bit into turn 1. Great grip, gets back to the gas beautifully. That has been the key for Labonte today, is how soon he's able to get back in the gas. When the car downshifts, that's where he really gets that grip. It didn't downshift that time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Again, I run automatic transmission on this game. It's the only NASCAR game I do that with. Mainly because I'm not used to it, plus the analog stick on this controller and everything else. So, there's a couple contributing factors, I guess. Look at Kevin LePage blocking all the way down the front stretch. Look how low he's running down the back straightaway even. Forces Labonte to try and look to the outside. Oh, got back in the gas too soon. That was the first time he ran the outside all the way through the corner, and it kind of costed him as he tried to put LePage another lap down. Definitely did not time that well at all. I don't know what LePage is doing here. Here, Labonte beats him down the back straightaway and into turn 3, though, so finally get around him. And Tony Stewart in danger of going a lap down. Dominant performance early on for Terry Labonte. Trying to put a lap lead on the field. I just don't trust my controller enough really to run manual transmission. I trust myself, but... And I'm not saying I mean, honestly, I could do it. I could probably be pretty good at it, but... I mean, I do it perfectly fine with any other NASCAR game. With any other console game, really. But I can't get this analog stick down. Last thing I want to do is worry about that and trying to downshift in these flat corners at whatever racetrack we need to downshift at, because this isn't the only one in this game that would help us out with. First driver's coming to pit road right at lap 94, so that pit window's open to make it on those 2 pit stops all the way to the end. So right after Labonte puts the whole field a lap down. What? Oh, man.
What an exciting finish.
Yeah, these NASCAR Winston Cup races can be hundreds of laps, yet when all is said and done, sometimes there's just a few tenths or even less separating the leaders. That was incredible.
Terry Labonte lost a lot of positions on the track in this one.
You know, sometimes these teams make changes to the car just before the race. It may be just a minor change to make it handle better, but they also run the risk of making it worse. I just don't think they ever got it back the way it was.
Terry Labonte has the beginnings of a rivalry with Mark Martin.
I'm not sure how all this got started, but now that they have a little history on the track, it'll be something to watch in the weeks ahead.
Thanks for joining us. For Barney Hall and the rest of us here at EA Sports and MRN, we'll see you next time.
How the fuck did that blow my engine? And what was he thinking? I mean, that just ended our season. What just happened there? I'm just speechless. Like, I don't even know. I want to restart it. But we've had so many other, like, game glitch DNFs, and we never restarted it there. Such an important part of the season, too. It's just we were having such a good day. Jack Sprague was trying to come to pit road. And he was fully committed even though we were underneath him. And he hit us once. And he just kept running us down. He wasn't coming back up. And he spun out off our front bumper. But I don't understand how we DNF'd out of that. We didn't have heavy damage on the race car. We barely even made contact with anything the whole race. Like, barely made contact with anything the entire race, and then that hit blows our engine. And it's not like career mode where you have, like, you can upgrade, parts to the car. Like, so pretty much, like, season mode is about as indestructible as you could be. Or, like, race now, whatever, outside of career mode playthrough. How did that It was just like the first time we were at New Hampshire. And we DNF'd when we shouldn't have. It's 2 New Hampshire races. We DNF'd when we shouldn't have. That is unbelievable. Mark Martin's going to win this race. Second win of the season for Martin. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling it with this game right now. That is messed up. Well, we finished 42nd. No, we finished last because Sterling Marlin, even though he blows an engine, still beats us. He wasn't even back on the racetrack. I think it just defaulted us in last for no reason. Led all but 4 laps in the first 94. That's unbelievable. I don't even want to look at the point standings. I'm not even going to look at the point standings. That is messed up. I'm trying to laugh it off because that's me. I was trying... Like, I cannot believe... I'm speechless. I really am. Like, I don't... This game has held it out for me from the beginning. Samuel Fogel, indeed. And we didn't even... We hit the wall twice the whole race. Very lightly both times, might I add. We had contact with a couple other drivers, but outside of Martin on lap 1, we never even had anything close to heavy contact. And even though Martin hit us pretty heavy on lap 1, we never had heavy damage on the car, even up until that. Not only that shouldn't have DNF'd us, but why did he, like, I understand he came down because he was trying to come to pit road, but it wasn't like he just, like, hit us and then just stayed off us. He hit us, and then he hit us again, and then he just stayed on us and turned himself. That was insane. I'm a better... I should probably end the stream before something insane happens here. No, I won't lose my cool. I'm usually pretty laid back person, but that really irked me right there. I do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast, so anytime we don't make it to the end of a race, I feel bad for you guys. I feel bad for myself because, well, usually even if we crash out, I'll call a realistic broadcast. But the last, 3 times I think we've DNF'd on this game, they've been because of absolutely stupid reasons. Outside of Bristol. So 3 of the last 4 DNFs we had, I did not call it, a realistic broadcast because the game has DNF'd us in stupid way. This is not the first time. Not the second time, but the third time in the last 6 races. And it's just completely thrown our championship away. Not because of my driving. Well, because of the game. And it's not even like it's the AI. Well, I mean, it technically it's the AI driving, but at the same time, it's the game. Like Watkins Glen, we just lightly tapped the wall. We didn't even have heavy. We really didn't have any damage on the left side of the car. It was all on the right side. Well, yeah. Getting rear-ended, blowing a fuel cell at Bristol. Yeah, Bristol was the only race of those last 4 that we DNF'd in that we should have actually DNF'd. That was my fault. I take 100% of the blame on that one. Yeah, Season 1 Daytona Road Course. That was another one. But that was Season 1. We weren't really going to win the championship that season anyway. We just weren't consistent. But the game has DNF'd us 3 times in the last 5 races. Like, it's all at the end of the year, too. Like I mentioned, guys, before we DNF'd at Watkins Glen, 5 races ago, we were 4th in points, about 100 points out. We went into last night's race before we won over 500 points back, 15th in points, in a 4-race stretch. In a 4-race stretch, we lost over 400 points. And 3 of those were because we finished 40th or worse in DNFs because of the game. And then Bristol, it was my fault, but like it sucks. Like, I hate ranting about it because again, I tried to keep a realistic broadcast, but we do this gameplay and we do these full races for it to come down to that. And it's not even like it's the end of the race. If it was trust me, if it was the end of the race every time, it was the end of the race at Watkins Glen. We had less than 30 to go. That's a short race anyway, but man. Yeah, so I don't know. We're probably not going to win the championship now. We will still run the final 9 races. We will still finish the season. And we'll be back again tomorrow. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll go to Dover. Maybe we win the last 9 races and we win the championship. That's like the only other way we can do it. That's unbelievable. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We have full race live streams with a realistic broadcast like this up until that crash. And usually even through crashes, I keep it down the middle, even realistic broadcasts and all. But like, share, and subscribe. We do this every day. We'll be back again tomorrow. I'll be in better spirits. I'll be, my normal self, normal broadcast. Because even if we DNF because of something stupid, the championship's pretty much out. There's no way we're going to win it anymore. I mean, what? At this point, we're praying for Junior to DNF 3 times? And we're probably going to have to win out on top of it just for us to win the championship. So that's going to be it. Thanks for everybody tuning in again. Like, share, subscribe. And then tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be heading over on NASCAR Thunder 04. Hopefully we can get to the end of the race and it's not the game's fault. I might do... No, I'll save it. I was going to say, I might stream NASCAR Heat 5 tonight, but we don't have a ton of people watching. The NASCAR Weekly Podcast just came on like 10 minutes ago, so we lost some of our viewers already. Yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow, 6 p.m., Dover. Thanks, everybody, for watching anyway. Hopefully you guys understand. It looks like you do in the chat, at least. And thanks. Support me on my young broadcasting journey, as always. It's been a fun ride, still in the first calendar year, and hope to keep things going in the right direction here in 2021. Enjoy. See you tomorrow.